Good evening. My name is Will Skelton, and I'm the proud principal of Marcus High School. I would like to welcome the parents, grandparents, family members, and friends of the class of 2024. At this time, please remain standing for our national anthem, presented by our senior class vice president, Josiah Justine Westman, daughter of Ken and Patricia Westman.
Good afternoon. Gentlemen, please remove your caps for the presentation of the colors led by Texas 881st Air Force JROTC Group under the direction of Andrea Zeus and Chief Benito Salinas. Please remain standing for the national anthem performed by Marcus Choir duly noted under the direction of Mr. Drew Howard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red flame, the bombs bursting, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mr. Howard, and duly noted for that honorable tribute to our country. Please be seated. Each year, a number of our graduates set aside other opportunities that may await them and make the decision to serve our country as a part of the U.S. Armed Forces. We are so proud of every graduate who becomes a contributing member of our society, but we owe a debt of gratitude to the brave men and women who dedicate their lives to our country. Graduates who will serve in the U.S. Armed Forces, please stand and let us recognize you. We would also like to recognize all current and former military members here this evening. So if you are currently serving or a veteran in the U.S. Armed Forces, please stand and let us recognize you. Thank you.
Thank you again for your service and dedication to our country, and thank you, Josiah. Please welcome to the podium senior Manuela Martins Petrunco, daughter of Vinicius and Joyce Petrunco, with our opening remarks.
As we gather to celebrate our accomplishments today, I am taken back to the night before my first day of school in America. 6 years ago, I moved to the United States without knowing how to speak English. The thought of having to start a new life, learn, and make friends in another language was unnerving. The what-ifs were unending. What if I don't fit in? What if I can't be myself? What if no one talks to me? What if I don't find success? I wish I could go back and tell the 12-year-old me that 6 years later, I would be talking to my entire class at graduation. Coming into a community like LISD was an invaluable factor to get me here today. Faculty and staff, thank you for creating a welcoming environment and encouraging us to nurture meaningful relationships. Some that will last beyond high school, and others that we will remember fondly as part of an unforgettable journey. To my classmates, thank you for helping me fit in, for your friendships, and for supporting me and pushing me towards success. The path leading to this moment was tough, but as a daughter of immigrant parents who left their lives behind in Brazil to provide me with a better life, finding motivation was easy. Despite the uniqueness of each of our battles, our family's sacrifices have served as a powerful inspiration to overcome the challenges that come with high school. To my parents and to all the families that are here today, thank you for fueling our determination to succeed and to make you proud as a tribute to your unwavering love and support. Fellow graduates, it has been an honor to grow and to fight through adversity with you. Independently of the different struggles we had on the way, we are all walking out of this stadium with a diploma in our hands. A diploma that symbolizes hard work, dedication, and perseverance. A diploma that is earned, and we earned it together. Before we, as a class of 2024, set out on our new paths and embark on an unknown journey, I know now from experience that we are all undoubtedly ready to succeed in the future. On this evening, let's lay down our worries, stop thinking about the unending what-ifs, and enjoy one final moment with the people with whom we have spent the past years. Let's celebrate what we have accomplished and the successes we have to come. Long live class of 2024. Congratulations.
Thank you, Manuela. And now, please welcome Senior Class President Molly K. Kimmery, daughter of Denver and Connie Kimmery.
We've known that we were the class of 2024 since we entered kindergarten, but for the longest time, that didn't sound like a real year. The word class didn't even make any sense. My class was Mrs. Menking's kindergarten class that only had 15 students in it, not 776 students. It would never be 2024. We would always be first graders, dreaming of becoming ballet dancers and marine biologists and pro football players and mothers and fathers and teachers and race car drivers. We would always be second graders, counting down the minutes until we could go out to recess and play tag or infection or wall ball or wood chip store. And when we had to sit out at recess because we climbed up a slide or poked our friend with a pencil or didn't stop drinking when the next person in line said, 1, 2, 3, that's enough for me, we'd be there forever too. We'd always be fifth graders, feeling like giants, big men on campus. But when the Marcus seniors came to visit our school before graduation, they'd always dwarf us in their big red gowns. We'd always be awkward, pubescent middle schoolers with braces and acne. 2024 couldn't come soon enough then, but it was a lifetime away. It wasn't real. The world would end before it came. For a minute there, it did. It would always be 2020. We would always be logging into virtual classes and talking to our friends from 6 feet away behind a mask. But after 6 long months, spring break finally ended and the world went on. 2024 was 3 years away then. Maybe it would actually come one day. It was 2 years away. Things were getting real. It was 1 year away. The end was in sight. Now it's here. It's real. 2024 was a lot of things before it was today. Before we sat here in our own big red gowns about to graduate high school. So goodbye, class of dreamers, class of virtual students, class of procrastinators, class of achievers, class of 2024.
Thank you, Molly. I would like to now welcome our honored guests, beginning with the Lewisville ISD Board of Trustees. And if you would, hold your applause until we announce all of them, and Board of Trustees, if you could remain standing until we are able to applaud you all at once. Beginning with Board President, Mrs. Jenny Prosnick, Board Vice President, Dr. Buddy Bonner, Board Secretary, Mrs. Catherine Sells, Board Trustee, Mrs. Michelle Alcative, Board Trustee, Dr. Stacy Barker, Board Trustee, Mrs. Allison Lasan, Board Trustee, Mrs. Sheila Taylor. Thank you. I'd like to do the same with this next group if we could. Please remain standing. I'd like to recognize at this time our Lewisville ISD administrative staff, beginning with Dr. Lori Rapp, Lewisville ISD Superintendent, Mrs. Melissa Cobb, Chief Human Resource Officer, Mr. Jeffrey Kosh, Chief Executive Director of Student Support Services, Mrs. Lori Litchfield, Chief Schools Officer, Mr. Andy Plunkett, Chief of High Schools, Mrs. Chantel Upshaw, Chief of Middle Schools, and former Marcus 9 Principal. All right, let's give those folks a round of applause. Thank you. I'd like to thank all of you, our Board of Trustees and our district leadership, for your dedication and service to all students of Lewisville ISD. As the principal of Marcus High School, it has been a privilege to serve all of you seniors through your educational journey, and I am proud of what you've accomplished. We have 776 seniors this year. Parents and guests, please join me in congratulating the class of 2024. Together, they have earned a grand total of $6,177,784 in awarded scholarships and have given over 21,800 hours of community service. Okay, seniors, I get to talk to you one more time. This will be quick. Keep it to a short 35, 40-minute speech. Just kidding. So again, I'd like to say good morning, or good afternoon, or evening, to the parents, grandparents, families, distinguished faculty members, LISD Board of Trustees, and most importantly, the Marcus High School class of 2024. Seniors, as you may remember, every year during the first week of school, we meet with all of our students in class meetings. This the do's and don'ts meetings, pretty much. But I always especially look forward to the senior class meeting. In that meeting, I get the opportunity to tell you how important your example and your leadership as seniors will be for the upcoming school year. I ask you to set the right tone for our underclassmen and be strong leaders in all of the programs and organizations throughout our school, as well as the classrooms and hallways, because our culture will not be what we want it to be, and none of our organizations will reach their maximum potential without exceptional senior leadership. We also talked about the culture and atmosphere that we want for all seniors, or for all students at Marcus, and how that depends on you. Seniors, I want to thank you for doing exactly what we asked you to do. You've been strong leaders, and you've set the right example. You made this a wonderful school year, and you've made a tremendous impact on Marcus High School as a whole over the past 4 years. You've preserved our traditions, and you've led the programs and organizations of Marcus High School to new heights. On behalf of our teachers and staff, I want to thank you for being such a wonderful class of students. And students, I always want to tell you that I enjoy telling you that you are my purpose and you're my why, and I know that I speak for our teachers and our staff and everybody that is here today, and you are what drive us to do what we do as educators. And it is our goal for you to go find your purpose and your why and to live exceptional lives. In a few minutes, seniors, you will walk across this stage. When you do, please know that you are taking with you the hopes and dreams of your parents and your families, as well as your teachers and our community. You're probably feeling a mix of emotions today. Feelings of pride, excitement, accomplishment, nostalgia, and maybe for some, and maybe a little bit for everybody, a little uncertainty about the future. That's okay, that's normal. I want you all to know, though, no matter what roads have led you to this place and this moment, you are all ready for the next chapter in your lives. You've all put in the work and developed the skills you need to succeed. I can't wait to see what you do in the future as you take the reins and make your mark in the world. Class of 2024, you will forever be a part of Marcus High School and this community. It's been a joy to be your high school principal, and I'm incredibly proud of you. I wish you all the very best in your future, and always remember, we are Marcus, we are one. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to please welcome Senior Class Secretary, Kaylee Ann Scott, daughter of James and Amy Scott, to introduce our Marcus faculty.
Good afternoon, everyone. While today is about us, the Marcus graduating class of 2024, we must all acknowledge that we would certainly not be here in this place today without the support and guidance of the faculty and staff who have engaged us throughout our career at LASD. Will those being recognized please stand when called so we may acknowledge your service to us. Please hold your applause until I've announced each group. Now please help me in recognizing Marcus Principal, Mr. Will Skelton. Marcus 9 Principal, Mrs. Jessica True. Our MHS Associate Principal, Mr. Jason Mullen. Marcus Assistant Principals, Mrs. Celeste Castillo Maddox, Mrs. Keisha Malone, Mr. Chris Nichols, Mr. Chris Porter, and Mr. Kyle Smith. And the M9 Assistant Principals, Mr. Kyle Green and Mrs. Amy Payne. We would also like to recognize the counselors from Marcus and Marcus 9. From Marcus, Mrs. Kelly Young, Mr. Joey Barrientos, Mrs. Christina Beck, Mrs. Lindsay Biggs, Mrs. Nina Johnson, Mrs. Daniela Smith, Mrs. Michelle Williams, Mrs. Holly Wilson, and from Marcus 9, Miss Amanda Gallant and Miss Kim Klingen. I would also like to recognize our graduation announcers, Mr. Jeff Jones and Mr. Eric Champion, and Miss Nima House, our senior class sponsor and graduation coordinator. Thank you to all the Marcus and Marcus 9 teachers and staff members who have spent so much time in the classroom with us and whom we are greatly missed. Please stand. And finally, we would also like to thank all the teachers and administrators from the Marcus feeder pattern. From the Marcus class of 2024, thank you all again for your support and guidance.
At this time, I would like to introduce to you our class of 2024 Salutatorian, Harshvardhan Singh. He is the son of Abhimanyu and Swati Singh.
How much longer until we're out of here? Was a question I found myself asking almost obsessively during AP Physics last semester. As Mr. Ellis, or Mr. Pike, or Ms. Regent, or literally any one of my teachers can testify, I have massive trouble sitting still. Each day, when fourth period began, I found myself in a vicious battle between me and my most sworn enemy, time. I tapped my feet, fiddled with my thumbs, and checked the time on my phone lock screen to no avail. I daydreamed, fantasizing about those sweet bells of freedom that would ring at 3:35 p.m. But the closer I watched the classroom clock, the slower it seemed to move. Was time mocking me? I was miserable, and not just because I couldn't understand simple harmonic motion, but because I was treating fourth period as a transitory period. I was treating life as a transitory period. 2 hours until we head home from graduation. 3 months until we head off to college. 4 years until we head out into the workforce. We're hurtling towards unwritten futures at breakneck pace, and it's exciting. But as a result, we relentlessly look forward to the next objective, the next milestone, anxiously waiting until life really begins. And, I mean, it makes sense. As class of 24ers, we are Gen Z screenagers constantly waiting for our next dopamine hit. We are addicted to 12-ounce cans of Celsius and similarly over-caffeinated career goals. We are highly motivated, bored easily, always restless, forever searching, never content, never at peace. But can we break the stereotype? Rampant idealism cannot blind us from the present moment. Because, candidly, there isn't one magical point in time at which we'll discover everlasting happiness. We must learn to seek out that happiness within the mundane, within the ordinary, however dull it may seem. We must learn to shake off this restlessness, this daydreaming about what's there, and embrace what's here. After all, every second counts. We cannot afford for all of them to be lived in anticipation for what's next. So, let us stop living our lives like it's 34 on a Friday afternoon. Let us stop treating the present as a transitory period, but instead as what it by definition is, a gift. And while we're swallowed up by rousing applause and pomp and circumstance and unbounded energy from all our fellow graduates as we walk the stage today, I want you to drink this moment in class of 24, because it's only here for an instant. And this instant wouldn't be complete if I didn't thank our incredible staff and administration who've supported us through times tough and times triumphant. They have truly embodied this principle of living in the present, teaching, supporting, and mentoring us with inspiring dedication every step of our way. Hats off to them. Well, actually not quite yet. I had a accessory malfunction, but almost, which brings me back to my initial question. How much longer until we're out of here? Well, personally, I don't know, but I don't really want to. Ditch the constant countdown, the restless glances at a clock that never seems to move. Stop counting the moments until life really begins. You are already there. Thank you, graduates.
Thank you, Harshvardhan. And now, I would like to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2024, Catherine Emily Lawrence, daughter of Lawrence Primraj and Christina Tadpatra.
Good evening to the class of 2024 and all the faculty and families who are here today to celebrate this momentous occasion, and to my dog who is watching this live stream from home. First and foremost, let us take a moment to extend our sincere gratitude to our teachers, whose guidance and unwavering encouragement have shaped our journeys. Also, I would personally like to thank my family for their boundless love and support, and above all, God, for bringing us all here to this pivotal moment. As we prepare for a new chapter and season in our lives, I am reminded of the wisdom found in the sound of music. When the Lord closes a door, somewhere he opens a window. These work-ins spoken by Maria truly represent the experiences of the class of 2024. We never had a real end to our middle school chapter due to COVID, and we had an unorthodox beginning to our high school journey. Freshman year, some of us stayed at home and partook in virtual learning, while others attended in-person school, but had to maintain 6 feet distances, wear masks, walked on one-way hallways, and sit behind plastic shields. However, we didn't let these difficulties define who we were, but instead worked even harder to form stronger friendships and to create lasting memories. This quote reminds us that even in our most uncertain and darkest moments, there is a light waiting to enter, and a dead end is never really an end. As we bid farewell to the familiar halls of Marcus High School and venture forth into the future, whether that be to college, to trade school, to military, or any other path, we may encounter closed doors along the way, rejections, failures, disappointments, or unforeseen obstacles that threaten to ruin our perfectly laid out plans. However, it is in these moments of adversity and unpredictability that we must remember the promise of an open window. Every setback brings a greater chance for growth and unexpected blessings. So let us face them with faith and optimism, knowing that beyond every closed door, a window of possibility is waiting for us. We've covered doors, windows, and halls, and now it's time for walls. Walls were not meant to shut out problems. You have to face them. You have to live the life you were born to live. These words, spoken by Mother Abbess, reminds us that complacency and fear are the enemy of growth. So, let us not be influenced by the expectations of others or the fear of failure. Instead, let us embrace our true selves without reservation and seize every opportunity to grow our passions, nurture our talents, and make a true, meaningful impact on the world around us. Furthermore, this quote also reminds us that we all have unique talents, passions, and dreams, and it is our responsibility, rather our privilege, to pursue them with an unwavering determination. Sometimes it's easy to look at others and want exactly what they have, but it is in embracing our individuality and forging our own paths that we are able to discover true fulfillment and leave a positive mark on society, a mark that is entirely our own. However, it is not just about the things you accomplish, but the person who you become in the process. Don't sacrifice your morals for the easier path. It's never actually easier. Don't sacrifice the chance of making real, genuine connections for the fear of trying. And don't sacrifice your spirit, your determination, your excitement, just because the journey seems uncertain. As we go forth, let us face the challenges that lie ahead of us with grace and fortitude, confident that we are more than well equipped with the skills, knowledge, and determination to overcome any obstacles that may present themselves. And let us live each day with passion, honoring those who have come before us while forging a path of our own. We must then carry with us the spirit of the sound of music and its enduring wisdom, as the hills are alive with the sound of our future, and there is no question as to whether we will make it extraordinary. The best is yet to come. Thank you and congratulations to us, the Marcus class of 2024.
Great job, Emily. Dr. Rapp, could I please ask you to come to the podium? Dr. Rapp, President Prosnick, and LISD Board of Trustees, I am pleased to present to you the senior class of 2024 for Edward S. Marcus High School. There are 776 exceptional seniors before us. I have verified that each of these seniors has met the requirements set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the Lewisville Independent School District and should be awarded the appropriate diploma or certificate at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Skelton. To you, the Edward S. Marcus High School class of 2024, please know that we are very proud of your accomplishments. We look forward to even greater achievements in your future. Congratulations. Ms. Prosnick and our LISD Board of Trustees, Mr. Skelton has verified these students are eligible to receive their diploma or certificate. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the state of Texas and the Lewisville Independent School District Board of Trustees, I certify them. Their diplomas or certificates are to be granted at this time.
Emily and Harsh. Tell me when you're ready. As soon as Harsh is back, good to start. As soon as Harsh is back, we're going to start. And now it's our great privilege to present to you the 776 graduates of Edward S. Marcus High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marcus High School class of 2024. Yep. We begin tonight with a presentation of our top 20 honor graduates. Valedictorian, Catherine Emily Lawrence. Salutatorian, Harshvardhan Singh. Number 3, Rishi Reedy Chapati. Number 4, Derek Kyle Seeley. Number 5, Ryan Stephen Lovejoy. Number 6, Ellen Inha Cho. Number 7, Ileana Emily Gray. Number 8, Sydney Anise Mays. Okay. Number 9, Jacqueline Rose Stevenson. Number 10, Daniel Shi Wang. Number 11, Kayla Jolie Goodrich. Number 12, Connell Owen Wood. Number 13, Joseph Ziwar Harb. Number 14, Hannah Marta Varholinska. Number 15, Jackson Dale Tanner. Number 16, Ifeolua Stephen Oluale. Number 17, Grace June Park. Number 18, Nicole Elena Smith. Number 19, Lily Wynn Berger. And number 20, Manuel Martins Pentrunco. Richard Jackson Tutt. Lola Michelle Abunetha. Omar Abi Khalil. Carla Margaret Abraham. Selah Renee Acuna. Mason J. Adair. Carter Wentworth Adams. Ty Carter Adams. Mohammed Mahmoud Hamza Al-Heli. Shafi Zahin Alam. Kenya Aldana Martinez. Juan Alejandro Almaguer. Faith Lauren Almond. Zaid Mohammed Alsakam. Aluatoni Ama Amarvi. Abumail Johnny Amaya. Bryson Frady Amick. Isabella Elena Anderson. Olivia Grace Anderson. Vincent Ralph Anderson Valencia. Charles Reese Aneraton. Ian Anthony Antonellis. Isabella Carmen Antun. Jenna Youssef Anzeli. Bob Nikhil Abanderi, excuse me. Ileana Alberta Aranda. Isabella Grace Arbilais. Olivia Marie Arbilais. Matthew Dayton Applegate. Joel Xavier Arth. Annalisa Argueta. Mia Consuelo Orostegui. Marcus James Atkins. Mackenzie Grace Otis. Logan Robert Baker. Jennifer Niop Bond. Jonathan Tan Bond. Matthew Nathaniel Barber. Jace Shaw Bardwell. Angela Renee Barker. Elijah Daniel Lee Barnes. Landon Blake Barnett. Tidiwa Greg Barwa. Carter Jason Bassett. Jacob Ryan Bazacco. Colton Ryan Bazan. Trinity Angelica Beach. Ethan Cooper Beal. Hannah Elaine Beal. Corbin Dane Beaucamp. James Christopher Beckett. Sincere Cameron Bell. Jacob Charles Belt. Madison Lee Bennett. Emma Elizabeth Benight. Giuseppe Bevilacqua. Shub V. Bakhta. Ishan Anand Bhatia. Ashish Biju Adir. Tristan Charles Birch. Madeline Joy Bloomberg. Jonas Michael Bob. Aiden Gage Bolton. Amit Bose. Kendall Faye Bowen. Jackson Oliver Boyd. Jake Landers Bracken. Dylan Michael Brading. Matthew Logan Brading. Jake Carter Bridges. Devon Cortez Keith Brooks Jeffrey. Anna Daniela Brown. Juniper Mona Brown. Sierra Phoenix Brown. Stella Elise Brown. Osier Daniel Brown. Matthew Devon Bryant. Preston Allen Bice. Samuel Joseph Bolmer. Reagan Maxine Burgess. Madison Grace Burks. Awesome Xavier Richard Burnett. Peyton Ryan Burnside. Sloan Isabel Burpo. Madeline Elizabeth Bush. Madison Ann Butler. Ainsley Kate Bird. Kennedy Maddox Cagle. Caleb Matthew Caldwell. Ava Victoria Callahan. Cameron Keith Kennedy. Sophia Camille Karki. Makara Valin Carr. Talia Key Casados. Alianska Alexandra Casanova. Nicholas Leland Castellanos. Celita de los Angelos Castellanos Marie. Valentina Cavazos Flores. Isaac Alexander Chaco. Rayan Sharon Chaco. Catherine Chang. Caden Charles Chase. Jaden Abigail Chasteen. Ava Grace Cherry. Avery Joe Childress. Harrison Connor Childress. William Maddox Brown. Angelina Antonia Buffington. Samuel Lee Cho. Chloe Chuhi Choi. Chigazreem Nicole Chukwuka. Jonathan Miguel Clark. Kaylin Diane Clark. Matthew Allen Clark. Carson Dean Clay. Kylie Malia Klein. Avery Grace Clinton. Hayden Everett Klopp. Reagan Grace Coddington. Emily Ruth Coleman. Aubrey Nicole Condra. Tanner Anthony Conti. Jacob Kennard Contreras. Jacob Andrew Cook. Gavin Parker Coppola. Jordan Taylor Cornelius. Naeem Arguto Cornett. Camila Cortez Pinedo. Kaylin Asher Cortez. Kaya Jane Cortez. Akuna Akita Kazakpala. James Sebastian Kutz. Catherine Marie Cowley. Kyle William Cowsert. Zachary Henry Cox. Victoria Ashley Cozart. Kinsey Michaela Crawl. Caleb Jordan Crescelius. Alexis Michelle Crosby. Adrian Reese Krautzer. Nolan Cole Chanot. An Yusin Chukpo. Ethan Daniel Crouch. Xavier Yosel Cruz Alvarez. John Christian Yadao de Cunos. Caroline Elizabeth Dale. Grace Olivia Desari. Jake Edward Dott. Madison Nicole Davis. Adrian De La Trinidad. Caleb David De La Torre. Jordan Jacob De Luna. Jose Brito de Paula Batista. Kale Joshua Delbord. Chloe Denise Decker. Zoe Marina Decker. Elena Lori Demuro. Trevor Anthony DePaul. Sina Pritam Deshmukh. Spencer Britt Diermeyer. Thomas Michael Damasi. Alexandra Julia Dinescu. Silas Christopher Dion. Emma Paige Dirks. Melody Michelle Dixon. Benjamin Paul Dolshaw. Christopher Robert Donnelly. Catherine Shajay Das. Matthew Elliott Down. Logan J. Drake. Sloan Ray Drake. Edgar Duarte. Dyson Deshawn Dudley. Ella Nicole Dunn. Peyton Mary Durham. Colin James Duvall. Saket Duvedi. Shivanshi Harshita Duvedi. Elizabeth Ann Eastham. Erica Nicole Edmonds. Hannah Elizabeth Edwards. Zoe Tatum Edwards. Mason Eric Egan. Owen Andrew Eichinger. Joshua Matthew Elder. Sawyer David Elsa. Addison Reese Elwell. Caden Gerard Emmert. Gabriel Lane Irwin. Jasmine Renee Ashley Estrada. Joshua Howard Evans. Caleb Joseph Evans. Samantha Jane Evans. Madeline Tejez Favre. Patricio Miguel Farkas Ticornia. Kevin Michael Farrell. Kira Rose Facelli. Thomas James Faulkner. Marla Marie Feliciano. Alan James Fell. Caroline Elizabeth Ferguson. Brittany Shannon Farrington. Ethan Charles Fishbeck. Carly Reese Fisher. Brianna K. Fleming. Morgan Cole Flanagan. Devin James Flanagan. Alexia Isabella Flores. Diego Flores Garcia. Adriana Iodella Flowers. James Harrison Flood. Eric James Ford. Lauren Brooke Forsyth. Olivia Marie Forat. Jaden Amaya Franklin. Kate Morgan Emma Frank. Christian Hunter Frazee. Sophie Frederick. Alexander Paul Frisky. Jose Emiliano Fuentes. Annabelle Lynn Galarza. Isabel Marie Galarza. Kirsten Rachel Ganson. Trevor Andrew Gappinger. Jennifer Diane Garay. Rachel Stephanie Garay. Ethan Harvey Garcia. Gavin Lane Garcia. Jude Zachary Garcia. Avni Garg. Sartak Garg. Aaron Christopher Garrett. Ernesto Luis Garza. Kenneth Garza. Nathaniel Ward Gaddis. Kaylin Amanda Gautreau. Michael Lewis Gary. Bentley Cole Gensler. Dakota Jordan Gentry McKee. Lily Pearl Jeter. Martin Anthony Gibson. Toby Ashton Carroll Gibson. Garrett James Giddings. Cale Thomas Glover. Aaron Adelia Gomez. Hector Gonzalez. Juan Pedro Gonzalez Fenimore. Aiden Cole Gray. Andrew Michael Gregory. Carrick Patrick Grennan. Tanner Thomas Grimes. Nicole Lee Grogan. Gianfranco Rocco Grosso. Anna Lauren Victoria Grip. Shii Gu. Hayden Alexander Gardado. Tommy Gua. Vanessa Gutierrez. Tamaris Jermel Harrison. Luke William Holcomb. Ivana Lillian Hall. Kayla Renee Hall. Beck Hunter Hamilton. Jackson Davis Hanish. Mary Hongyoung Hanneman. Emily Ann Hansen. Ava Marie Nicole Harbor. Alora Michelle Harrison. Carson Lawrence Harris. Dominic Zane Harris. Harley David Harris. Wesley Blake Harrison. Hayden Carter Haskins. Dylan David Hayslip. Jacob Wyatt Henderson. Drake Matthew Hudson. Michael David Hinkey. Aiden James Henley. Rylan Madison Hennessy. Anna Karen Heredia Lopez. Benedict Hernandez. Camilla Nicole Hernandez. Molly K. Kimmery. David Ozuna Montano Hernandez III. Isis Ani Hernandez. Celeste Herrera. Faith Noel Hess. Joshua Michael Higginbotham. Samantha Renee Higginbotham. Abigail Marie Hoffman. Ethan Asher Hoffman. Elijah Scott Holyfield. Ryan Scott Holliday. Tyler James Holmgren. Megan Alexandra Hopkins. Bennett Evan Howard. Dylan Grace Howard. Jeffrey Corbin Huckabee. Jackson Cade Hudson. Braden Taylor Kiokolo Hukel. Rayleigh Dawn Hudson. Carly May Heiso. Ethan Everett Irons. And Ma Jane. Benjamin Ellis Jamin. Daniel Reagan Jaworski. Isabel Marie James. Lucas Nathaniel Jarena. Caden Kenneth Johns. Samuel Allen Johnson. Taylor Rainey Johnson. Jamie Michael Jones. Logan Patrick Jones. Laura Paige Jordan. Wesley Blake Jordan. Mark Allen Kaylee. Brooke Lynn Kaiser. Ashlyn Aaron Cam. Ethan Lewis Karatsas. Antara Kasaju. Bhavna Kato. Dylan James Kaufman. Ainsley Claire Kelleher. Malik Matthew Kelly. Vincent Austin Kelly. David Wayne Kendall III. Megan Marie Kearns. Aria Kim. Tiffany Kim. Holden Patrick King. Jackson Riley King. Landon Prescott King. Ruth Lily King. Nora Catherine Kitchens. Serena Grace Claridge.
Memphis Lynn Lafferty. Marissa Ann Clough-Corn. Nikita Anoop Kolater. Sarah Blue Kuntz.
Austin James Kosa. Hannah Marie Kraft. Addison Renee Kramer. John Ryan Krasnon. Grant Michael Krebs. Reese Joseph Krebs. Sydney McLean Craig. Kenna Jordan Krupovaj. Kevin James Kurkowski.
Emily Elizabeth Ladon. Esau Uriel Lagunez. Bailey Lynn Lang. Kendall Grace Langford. Samantha Monique Laporte. Dylan James Larson. Noelle Renee Laws. Shion Lee. Evan Carter Legner. Diana Nicole Livia. Jordan Elizabeth Linacher. Rebecca Grace Linacher. Griffin Norris Lewis. Dotsir Lian. Donid Francisco Limon. Caleb Clayton Little. Troy Maximilian Liverman. Vincent James Lombardo. Viviana Renee Lopez. Presley Alexandra Love. Andre James Loyens. Ricky Jean Liu. Sierra Ryan Lucas. Ava Nicole Lucero. Susanna Ray Lundgren. Matthew Daniel Lundgren. Ellison Brooke Macklin. Aiden Lee Maddox. Rukmini Bangalore Madasudan. Jennifer Melissa Madrid. Nancy Janet Madrid Aravello. Samantha Grace Mahavir. Bianca Jasmine Mahadindran. Maddox Tyson Mallard. Christopher Matthew Mann. Chloe Patricia Marin. Nicolette Renee Maris. Luke Ryan Markey. Riley Michelle Martins. Ulina Marie Martin. Ana Gabriela Martinez Cruz. Aubrey Amelia Martin. Camden Andrew Martin. Isabella Marie Martinez. Jacob Daniel Martinez. Jorge Alfredo Martinez. Reagan Danielle Martinez. Stephanie Carolina Martinez. Townsend Michael Mason. Mackie Delia Masterson. Emma Claire Mathis. Ryan Sloan Madison. Shanti Manju Meyer. Shuba Kathleen Meyer. Theodore Edward McLennan. Jack Wyatt McCollum. Caitlin Michelle McCracken. Joseph Samuel McCreary IV. Kendall Louise McDonald. Matthew Philip McGinnis. Simon Allen McGuire. Megan Ansley McIntyre. Duffy Newell McKenzie IV. Joshua Micah McLeod. Holly Breedlove McMahon. Casey Elizabeth McNatt. Aiden Dane McNeely. Lindsay K. Meeks. Ian Ping May. Mia Raquel Mendez. Orlando Mendoza Jr. Clara Nicole Murden. Laura Lane Mick. Michaela Meg Mililio. Marissa Sue Miltz. Tatiana Miranda Gutierrez. Victor Daniel Matranka. Gavin James Montez. Ava Landry Montgomery. Riley Morgan Moon. Libby Gate Kate Moore. Samantha Ann Morales. Timothy Patton Morgan. Jenna Brooke Morrow. John Rolmung Malson. Marie Clemense Ekele Mubu. Emma Victoria Muir. Bennett Charles Murphy. Tristan Sierra Murphy. Braylon Robert Mirth. Isabella Noel Murtoff. Kaya London Muse. Anais Kabina Mutumbo. Abigail Grace Myers. Trevor Owen Myrick. Abiram Narendra. Grace Lauren Neal. Joaquin Christian Navarez. Leela Grace Newman. V. Vien Ngo. Tui T. Ngok Win. Vincent Vin Quang Win. Zane Nichols Nazio. Rachel Ann Noble. Ava Marie Novotny. Anna Marie Nunley. Connor James O'Keefe. Preston Chance Oates. Manshuri Oba Lapurim. Vinicius Okinada Fahera. Joshua William Ogden. Olawapalumi Olawa Olajubu. Gabriela Joseph Andre. Avery Luis Oppenheimer. Charlotte Diana Ostegai. Victoria Sky Otworth. Grace Seminko Umet. Lance Michael Owen. Luis David Para Prieto. Mariangel del Valle Parasoto. Catherine Ross Parsons. Catherine Ann Patterson. Mia Grace Patterson. Summer Elizabeth Joe Patton. Emily Brooke Mitien Peeler. Daniel Pena. Cole Mason Pendleton. Siobhan Dev Pendium. Benjamin Harris Perlmutter. Cole Bronze Peterson. Mason Riley Petravari Lott. Nicholas Adam Peters. Kennedy Grace Petue. Alec Vin Lock Fan. Raquel Ann Philhart. Matthew James Phillips. Alexandra Marie Piazza. Keelan Marie Placido. Stephen Richard Plaxton. Ethan James Plank. Chase Owen Plowshay. Chris Adam Podsiadadlo. Brett Danner Poe. Aaron Helder Pondeka. Dakota Ann Pope. Logan Ping Pope. Sierra Teresa Potts. Jamari McQuadon Powell. Spencer Thomas Puckett. Van Lul Nun Pui. Natalie Elizabeth Purvis. Isaiah Nathan Quesada. Zada Genevari Quezada. Martin John Quinlan. May Margaret Radamakers. Uditya Sai Krishna Ragam. Alicia Angelina Ramirez. Lucian Marie Randall. Desmond Lee Randolph. Elian Adi Rangel Garcia. Carolyn Jo Ranieri. Bradley Randall Reed. Jenna Rose Reed. Jonah Lee Reed. Kaylin Elia Reed. Chelsea Ann Rickenberger. Parker Lee Ressig. Achilles Augustin Raquena. Efren Said Reyes. Caden John Reynolds. Taryn Marie Rice. Avery Elizabeth Rich. Matthew Thomas Rishu. Artian Indrit Rifati. Anthony Rivera. Dominic Rook Roberts. Grace Tegan Roberts. Devin Nicole Rubidoux. Ava Marie Robinson. Madeline Gail Rockwood. Hugo Rodriguez Abrego. Dia Roy. Moses Van Lal Rual. Isabel Renee Rueda. Daniel Real Ruiz. Autumn Rain Russell. Brianna Jade Sky Russell. Landon Antonio Salgado. Seth Isaiah Salido. Brian Omar Salvador Almanza. Blake Allen Solway. Aiden James Sanchez. Colton Thomas Sanchez. Miguel Sebastian Sanchez. Michelle Janine Sayers. Benaiah James Schaff. Peyton Rose Scheffler. Ian Michael Schmidt. Madison Victoria Schott. Mason Lee Schultz. Renee Jane Schwindinger. Lauren Sidney Chandra. Mac Malloy Morim Scoggins. Braden Todd Scott. Kaylee Ann Scott. Micah Anastasia Cedillo. Brendan William Selke. Jackson Gregory Sampson. James Renee Sellers. Anika Sharif. Erin Amit Sharma. Deshanea Jessanea Sherman. Aiden Douglas Short. Brooke Marie Shumway. Benjamin Nelson Shirtliff. Valeria Alejandra Silva Pacheco. Logan Wayne Simbach. James Clayton Simmons. Mary Grace Simmons. Olivia Nicole Simmons. Aaron Sirabonian. Alexa Lorraine Smith. Avery Ann Smith. Colin Cade Smith. Cooper Scott Smith. Eliza Jane Smith. Harley Ray Smith. Madeline Reese Smith. Olivia Page Smith. Sean Marshall Smith. Jackson Snavely. Violet Grace Snyder. Stein Eric Solberg. Joshua Daniel Suqui. Marissa Lynn Sorrells. Callie Ann Souders. Major Lucas Cade Spence. Mason James Spitman. Ethan Michael Stagner. Alexandra Stankinevich. Corbin Abigail Staples. Jack Timothy Starbuck. Sophia Lily Stark. Montana Stollis Staten. Kayla Lee Steffens. Paige Gabrielle Steffens. Liam Harold Stevens. Sarah Nicole Stevens. Jackson Douglas Stites. Kenna Carol Stowe. Hudson Allen Strive. Savannah Lynn Strive. Matthew Alexander Stabinazazi. Rachel Elizabeth Watson Sturton. Isabel Suarez Rivera. Phoenix David Sukarev. Skylar Elizabeth Summerlin. Tazy Faith Simmons. Allison Paige Tackett. Brady Cole Tanner. Hala Alaya Sirhel Tartir. Sarah Claire Tayton. Brianna Anaya Taylor. Claire Diana Taylor. Tatum Joe Taylor. Gavin Melbourne Tinney. Kevin Ivan Teofilo Barboza. Nidhi Hemant Thakar. Krish Thapa. Emily Marie Thomas. Matthew Westmoreland Thornley. Riley L. Tittle. Reagan Elise Tomerlin. Hunter Joseph Towns. Jackson Hollis Towns. Nolan Ray Travis. Devin Vikram Trinosky. Andrew Sohn Trinum. Nicolette Carol Tucker. Ashley Marie Bernardis Tunicchio. Kylie Lynn Turbyville. Stephanie Agugara Yumi Izoki. Aubrey Jolene Upchurch. Anaya Apalapada. William Chase Upshaw. Zachary Joseph Uranga. Charles Marek Vasek. Isabella Lucio Vallejos. Samantha Erin Valor. Jamie Declan Vandermerver. Reese Estanislao Mariette Van Hooka. Siddhartha Sai Vanville Apali. Josue Alejandro Vasquez. Sofia Michelle Vega. Valeria Sofia Velez Rivera. Kay James Venter. Callie Taya Page Venter. Abby Elise Vinferlo. Brandon Michael Vick. Tristan Alexander Vu. Emily Grace Watchell. Ryan Macy Watchell. Cameron Renee Wagner. William Vaughn Wagner. Luke Hamilton Wisenin. Angelique Shayshawn Walker. Avery Lee Walter. Grayson Kramer Walton. Keismer David Waluisis. Caleb McKendrick Ward. Jet Taylor Warner. Alexander Thomas Watson. Colin Robert Watson. Nathan Brandley Watson. Leighton Grimmerfett Watt. Joshua Kyle Webb. Olivia Ann Webster. Sophie Charlotte Webster. Haoshi Wei. Ann Wynne Wyman. Emma Claire Westdyke. Zosha Justine Westman. Ryan Christopher Wheaton. Alexander Michael Wheeler. Alyssa Brooke Wheeler. Ty Sebastian Wheeler. Peyton Michael White. Blake Austin Whittington. Nathan Jacob Wignall. Isabel Ray Willard. Carson Riley Wilburn. Allison Renee Williams. Kaylee Christine Williams. Eduardo Shadrone Williams. Finley Lane Williams. Nolan Parker Winters. Jesse James Wismiller. Jacob Thomas Wolgamott. Ella Marie Woodham. Crawford Hugh Woodruff. Hayden Woodson. Ryan William Woods. Corbin Ray Worthington. Hayden Douglas Woy. Aiden Christoph Wright. Morgan Danielle Wright. Rebecca Nicole Wright. Savannah Grace Wiley. Joshua Samuel Wynn. Hunter Lee Yarbo. Niraj Yawalkar. Max Varduhi Yurganinen. Heejing Yu Zhong. David Grant Yost. Jonathan Eric Young. Natalie Marie Young. Kashvi Zyla. This is the final graduate of the Marcus class. Of 2024. In a moment, I am going to announce the name, and when I do, remember that we are Marcus, and that we are one, and that we are going to make this a moment to remember forever. Are you ready? Gabriella Zazinski.
Great job, seniors. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium Student Body President, Kendall Louise McDonald, daughter of Kenny and Rachel McDonald, for the turning of the tassel.
Good afternoon, graduates of 2024. Please rise and remain standing. Traditionally, the turning of the tassel symbolizes one's transition from candidate to graduate. We are gathered here today as a group of high school seniors about to embark on a new phase in our lives. At this time, I would like to ask you to turn your tassel to the opposite side of your cap. Congratulations, everyone. We made it. You may be seated.
Thank you, Kendall. Please welcome to the podium Jacqueline Rose Stevenson, daughter of Stephen and Laura Stevenson, for our closing remarks.
My fellow graduates, what are the odds that out of almost 4 million American high school seniors, that it is us who walk this stage today, comprising the Marcus High School graduating class of 2024. I'm no statistician, but I can tell you that they're pretty low, and that is what makes today so special. Today marks the end of our journey together, the end of an era where each of us, with different backgrounds, interests, and perspectives, were brought together by chance, but bonded by experience. We were one from the moment we stepped through the doors of M9 for the first time 4 years ago. We were one as we navigated the halls, hoping collectively to make it through the crowds unscathed. We were one as we took our seats for testing, praying our procrastinated preparation would be enough. We were one as we donned red and silver, cheering on our athletes and hoping with bated breath for a win. We were one at Senior Sunrise as our final year together began, and at Senior Sunset as it came to a close. We are one today as we sit here together to celebrate our past 4 years of hard work. As we leave here, marking the end of our time together, we enter an era of new beginnings, unfamiliarity, and discovery. But each of our unique paths will always be entwined. For if chance could bring us together once, it will bring us together again. And so, for today, for tomorrow, and for the rest of time, we are Marcus, we are one.
Thank you. Now welcome Senior Class Treasurer, Ava Landry Montgomery, daughter of Amber Hartman and Rothwell Montgomery II.
Graduates, please stand and join Pinkies as the Marcus Choir duly noted leads us in the Alma Mater as a final farewell to the class of 2024.
To
Are you ready to throw your caps, class of 2024?
Thank you, Ava. We want to wish the class of 2024 all the best. Friends and guests, please remain seated during our recessional. At the end of the recessional, please exit the arena as quickly as possible. Graduates will meet you outside. Have a safe trip home. Mrs. House, Mrs. Williams, Mrs. Payne, and Mr. Nichols, please begin the recessional.